Hello, good morning everyone. How are you? Natapos yun na ba yung day 1, 2, 3 nyo? Yung about addition and subtraction of integers? Okay, today we're going to study multiplying and dividing integers using algebra tiles. And there's grade 7, first quarter, with 3, day 4, and 5. So before we start, please watch. One, subscribe. 2, like, share. Please share. Click the bell button for next notification. And number 3, like. Please leave a comment for your questions, clarifications, and subscribe for we have an advocacy. And number 4, subscribe please. Tell your friends to subscribe. Okay, so from DepEd Most Essentials Learning Competency, so for grade 7, have objectives. Use the concept of the word and or opposite, the number of group or set of given numbers of chips to find the product of the given integers. Then form the rules of multiplying and dividing integers without the model. Okay, before anything else, let us review our multiplication table. So, do you know how to multiply now? Or have you ever memorized this multiplication table? What have you noticed here? So, this is the 12 by 12 pattern of the multiplication table. Now, as you can see here, so if 1 times 1 is 1, no? 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 3 is 9, then 4 times 4 is 16, 5 times 5 is 25. What have you noticed? Itong naka-red na to, these are squares, no? And then, pansinin nyo, may mga pattern yan. So, 2, 4, in multiples of 2, you just 2, add 2 at a time. In 3, you add 3 at a time. 4, adding 4, no? That's the pattern. And 5 is adding 5 each every time, no? Like 5 times plus 5 equals 10, 10 plus 5 equals 15, like that, no? And so on and so forth. But we have here, we have questions. Okay, number 1 question is, what is a multiplication table in maths? So maths is short for mathematics. No? In mathematics, a multiplication table, or sometimes less formally a times table, is a mathematical table used to define a multiplication operation for an algebraic system. Question number 2. What is the fastest way to memorize multiplication tables? Answer. Memorizing times tables is a very important step in becoming good at math and can be useful in many real-life situations. Use the method I suggest in the last slide or the next slide. Okay? Then, what age should a child learn multiplication tables? Now, in maths, document says pupils should be introduced to the 2, 5, and 10 times table by year 2. No, that means at the age of 6 and 7, no, between the age of 7 and 8, children should start to learn 3, 4, and 8 times tables. So, at very young age, no? So, dapat preschool pa lang, no? For a very good child should already learn multiplication table. Now, is it important to memorize multiplication tables? Yes, just like learning to walk before you can run, learning multiplication and memorizing the times tables are building blocks for other math topics taught in school. Higher learning such as division, long multiplication, fractions, and algebra. So it's very important, no? So for how many long times na I've been teaching mathematics for less than 20 years, and nakikita ko if a student doesn't memorize the multiplication table, you always go back from nothing. So you have to memorize. Now, a little trivia about myself. Okay, how old was I learned multiplication table? Actually, nobody taught me this multiplication table. I just learned it from my dream. Now, what was the dream? Um, I was dreaming, I seeing patterns in my dreams, and when I woke up, sinulat ko siya sa papel. Then, pinasa ko sa teacher ko, nagulat siya. Kasi hindi pa niya tinuturo. Saan ko daw kinuha? Sabi ko po, napanaginipan ko lang. Ang galing naman, sabi niya. But that is how the way it is. No? That's why maybe it's a gift. It's a gift from God. So if you have gift and your child, no, pag nakikita nyo, please let him or her explore something about math. Huh? Okay, but maths can be learned in not just the memorizing the table of multiplication, but there are some techniques in understanding multiplying integers aside from memorizing the table. No? Okay. For example, 2 times 2 equals 4. Sometimes it's the same as 2 plus 2 equals 4. So you just add repeatedly. Like 3 times 3 equals 6. But we know that 3 is 3 groups of 3. Right? Okay, another example here. We have 3 times 4 equals 12. So you may present it so many ways like this, no? We have here, no? 3 groups of 4s. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 groups of 4, no? 3 groups of 4 chips. So if we are going to count that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No? So in other words, mathematics can be shown not only by memorizing the table, but also you have to understand. Okay, next. This is how the second part. Okay. So we have here squares, no? So this square is, remember, this 3 times 4 is the same also as 4 times 3, no? And you get the same product. How is that? So here we have 4 groups of 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 groups of 3. So if you're going to count that, that is still 12. Okay? Easy, right? So I hope you learned that. No? We can also use keep counting or getting the multiple number. How is that? What is the multiples of number? So we have 2, no? By adding 2 at a time, so we have 2, no? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So just add 2 at a time. Now that's the pattern. And then for the multiples of 3, we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. That is by adding 3, no, at a time. Then for multiples of 4, we have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. Okay? For multiples of 5, so dapat grade 1, alam na yung 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Okay, mabilis na dapat siya, no? And then 6, we have 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. Bakit yan? Adding 6 at a time. Or if you want to learn it, you get the difference. 60 minus 54 is 6. So that is 6, no? Okay. 7, of course. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70. Huh? And then 8, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72, 80. For 9, so ang 9 yung pinakamadali. No? 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, 90. Now, mayroong ang 9 kasi, actually siya ang pinakamadali. No? So, you start from 0, 9. No, ano kasunod? 18, 27, 36, 45. Okay. Pagdating sa 45, pansin nyo, no, baliktarin mo siya. Ang 45, nagiging 54. Okay? Then, yung 36 mo, magiging 63. Baliktarin mo lang. Yung 27 mo, magiging 72. Yung 18 mo, maging 81. Yung 09 mo, maging 90. Di ba? Oh, dali, ano. That's it. 9 is very easy. Okay? Next, of course, 10. So, for 10, multiples of 10, that's easy. Okay? So, dapat memorize na to ng bata at the age of 6 years old or 10 years old. Or less than 10 years old. 11, we have, okay, so for 11, you just multiply a number by itself. 11 times 1, 11. 22 times 1, 22. So, you just add, no, 11 plus 11, 22, 22 plus 11, 33, like that. So, 11, 22, 33, 44, 45, 66, 77, 88, 99, 110. What about 12? Okay, yung 12, 24, 24 plus 36. Basta pag hindi mo kabisado, you just add, no, the pattern. So, you know that 24 minus 12 is 12. That means you just add 12 to next to 36. 36 plus 12, 48. 48 plus 12 is 60. Get it? Alright, so that's how you're going to memorize the multiplication table. Okay, let's have this. Consider the given number patterns, then copy and complete the multiplication table. So perhaps you can do this. You copy the given and you answer in your notebook. Okay? So, all right. So I'm going to check this on your notebook, please. So 3 times 4, that is 12, right? 3 times 3, 9. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 1, 3. What about the negative part? Right? So, of course, this is 0. 3 times negative 1, negative 3. 3 times negative 2, negative 6. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. And 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. Now, how is that? Okay, you have to learn the pattern or the rules. Okay, so we have here rules. Rules in multiplying integers. So you have to go back to that, no, part of the video, and then copy and you answer it in your notebook, okay, after this. Okay, 1, when you multiply two numbers with the same sign, the product is positive. Okay, like this, no? Okay, so we have positive times positive equals positive. Negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. Okay, that's positive 1. In other words, here multiplying the same sign is positive. No? And what else? What's the next rule? When you multiply two numbers with different signs, the product is negative. Again, when you multiply two numbers with different signs, the product is negative. Okay, paano yan? For example, we have here positive 1 times negative 1, that the product is negative. Negative 1. Okay, so negative 1. Then we have negative times positive, that's negative. Okay, what's that? The rule is when you multiply two numbers with unlike sign or different signs, the product is negative. Alright? Alright. Now, 80 numbers or any number multiplied by 0 gives a product of 0. Of course, even 1 million times 0 is 1 million. So, you are dreaming to have 1 million and you don't know where to get 1 million. That's still 0. Don't dream about it. Okay, so let's multiply the following. Okay, we have 6 times 9. Okay, so we have 6 times 9 times 12. Okay, 7 times 12. Okay, here. Now, okay, 6 times 9 equals what? 54, right? Okay. 7 times 12. If you don't know how to do it horizontally, you do it vertically. Times 7, no? So most of the students, they do not know how to do this. 7 times 2, 14. Bring down 4, carry 1. 7 times 1, 7 plus 1, 8. So the answer is 84. Okay, that's the product, 84. Now we have here negative 7 times negative 6. And we know that if we multiply two numbers with the same sign, the product is positive. So we have positive 42. Why? 7 times 6 equals 42. So negative 7 times negative 6 equals positive 42. Okay? question. Next, we have negative 12 times negative 5. How is that? So, since when we multiply two numbers with the same sign, the product is positive. So, all we do is just multiply 12 times 5. Okay? 5 times 2 is 10. Bring down 0. Carry 1. 5 times 1. 5 plus 1, 6. Therefore, the answer is positive 60. Okay? So, we have here negative 8 times 5. How is that? So, we know, no? So, alam natin, when we multiply two numbers with different sign, the product is negative. So, negative 8 times 5 is negative 40. Alright, next. Here. Find the missing number. What do you think is the missing here? Of course, we need to get one of the factors. How are we going to do that? Now, we know that when we multiply 8 and what? It gives negative 72. But we know that 8 times what? 8 times 8 is 64. So that means we have 8 times 9. Okay? So 8 times 9 is 72. But the answer is negative. So that means we're looking for negative 9. Negative 9 is the answer. Now, this sign here, we use the close and open parenthesis. It's another sign for multiplication. Now, remember, as we go on, x has a value in algebra. So, seldom later when we are in the algebra, we never use x as mean multiply. So, we always use the close and open parenthesis. Okay? So, familiarize yourself. Next, we have here 14 times blank equals negative 112. So, what do you think is the answer? What do you think is the answer? Okay. We know that what numbers when you multiply it gives 112. How are you going to do that? If you do not know, you can have 14. You add 14. Oh, we have 28. 28 plus 28. 4 plus 4 equals 16. No, we have 56. 56 plus 56. We have 12. 5 plus 5. 10 plus 1, 11. So, ilan yun? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 plus 4, the answer is 8. But what is 8 is that? We have negative 8. Okay? The answer is negative 8. What about here? We know that when we multiply 11 times 11, it gives us 1, 1, 1, 1. Oh. So 1, 2, 1. So that means 11 times 11 is 121. But we have negative here. That means other factor is negative 11. Because negative times negative gives positive. So remember class, ang positive kahit wala siyang sign, positive pa rin siya. Okay? Did you get? Did you understand? Okay. Now, we're going to multiply numbers or integers using algebra tiles and chips. Okay, example. Okay, so we have 4 examples here. Let's see now what's going on in number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So we have here, no, uh, two groups of negative 5. Two groups of negative 5, and that is negative 10. Get? Okay. Next. So we have positive. How many positive is this? All right. Okay, it's one pair or one pair of positive and negative, or I mean we have pairs. Let's see the other. Okay. Now, here we have two groups of pairs, no? Bakit pairs? Kasi positive, negative, zero yun, no? Okay, two groups of pairs. But sabi niya, we have to use negative 2 and negative 5. And we know that, okay, paano natin gagawin yon? We will take away all the negative. Okay, so tanggalin natin lahat yan. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So ano natira? The 10 positive tiles. Alright? Okay. Next, let's try the number 3. 2 times 3 equals 6. Ano nga ba yan? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we have here two groups of 3 chips, no? Or two groups of positive chips by 3. So we have 6. Okay, next. Okay, again, we have two groups of negative, threes, no? 3, negative 3. Yan. So that's why the answer is negative 6. So we need to visualize sometimes, no? Because for some students, no, hindi kabisado masyado yung table, just understand what it means, and you can use shells, you can use stones. I remember when I was teaching in grade 1, so I asked them to bring something na pwedeng popsicle sticks, no? We use it as our learning materials in the classroom. So that's why they learned easily. No? So I suggest also your mother or some teachers who are young, teaching for young children, please do this. Solve the following problems. Okay. So we have here problem number 1. So this is already application for multiplying integers. The change in the price of stock in Scott Corporation for Wednesday is reported as 150 per share. If you own 5 shares of Scott's stocks, what integers represent the total change in the value of your stocks of your shares of stocks? Okay, so the change in price of stock is when it's reported as, so there's a change, no? Okay, how are you going to represent that? So for stocks, we're talking about positive. So that means kasi ito nagkaroon ng negative 150. So there's a change of the stock. So paano natin gagawin yan? So what is the given? So we have the shares, no? Meron siyang shares. Okay. So ang share niya nagbago, naging negative 150. Alright? Okay, so what will be our solution? If you own 5 shares of stocks, what integer represent the total? So, what are we going to do? We need to multiply. So, negative 150 times 5. Okay, we got 0. 5 times 5 is 25. So bring down 5. Carry 2. So bring down 5. Carry 2. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 2, 7. So we have negative 750. So that means medyo bumaba yung stocks mo. So yan. Yun yung result niya. Okay, next. For example number 2, ions are atoms or group of atoms with positive or negative charges. An aluminum atom has a charge of positive 3, while a chlorine ion has a charge of negative 1. Find the total charge of 22 chloride ions and 4 aluminum ions. So what are we going to do with that? Okay, so what is our given again? No? It says ions and atoms are grouped with positive or negative charge, no? The aluminum ion has 3 positive and 1 negative. So for find the total charge of 22 chlorine or chloride ions, so that means we are going to multiply 22. So for chloride ions or the Cl, we have negative 22. Why? Bakit negative 22? Because ang charge kasi niya is negative 1. No, for every chloride ion. So we have 22. So it's negative 22. What about the aluminum ion? So yung Al, yung aluminum, Al stands for aluminum ions. So we have 3. Na positive 3 kasi siya. So 4. So 3 times 4, that is what? 12. Okay. So when we are going to combine, so we have group of atoms, what are we going to do? So we have here negative 22. So the total charge, no? So we need to get the total charge. That means we need to add. And so negative 22 plus 12. Okay, so what is the rule in adding teachers? We have, that is the total charge is negative 10. Why? Negative 22 plus 12. That means we need to subtract and get the sign of the larger number. So the larger number is 22. So the answer is negative 10. Okay? That's it. Now, rule for a product with no zero factors. What's that? If the number of negative factors is odd, okay, so odd. What are odd numbers? We have 3, 6, 5, 7. Now these are odd numbers. The product is negative. Okay? If the number of negative factors is even, the product is positive. Okay? Examples. Alright, here. So we know that we have 2 negatives. That's positive. And then we have 5, another positive. Okay, so here is the solution. So we combine this. Negative 2 times negative 3 is 6. Times the positive 5, the product is positive 30. Letter B. So we have 6 times 2, or negative 6 times negative 2 is positive 12. And then negative 5 times negative 8 is positive 40. And 12 times 40 equals 480. Letter C. So negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2. Negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. And then bring down negative 5 here. So 2 times 12, 24. Times negative 5, the answer is negative 120. Okay, so remember the rules. Okay, now let's move on to dividing integers. Okay, now what are the rules in dividing integers? Okay, so here, when two numbers with the same sign are divided, the quotient is positive. Okay, so positive divided by positive equals positive. Negative divided by negative is positive. Right? Next, number 2 rules. When two numbers with different signs are divided, the quotient is negative. Always negative. No? Remember, we have here different signs. Okay? So different signs are divided, the quotient is always negative. Okay? Next. Positive, no, that means this is the rule. Positive divided by negative is negative. Negative divided by positive, the quotient is negative. Okay? Now, remember, no, yung nag-viral na video, ito yung rules na dapat niya sundin. The rules for dividing 0 by a non-zero number and for division by 0 still hold. Okay? Here is the rule. 0 divided by non-zero number, that means 0 divided by 20, this product is 20. 0 divided by 100, the product is 0. Okay? Now, for any number, no? Remember, hindi pwedeng nasa taas yung malaking number, yung whole number. Halimbawa, 20 divided by 0, that's undefined. It cannot be. It's undefined. No? That's the rules. Whether you like it or not. It's never 0, but it is undefined. Okay? Again, no? So, find the constant using the chips. So, we have 48 divided by 8. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. Okay, here. Okay, sorry, 48 lang, no? So here, 48 divided by 8, we are going to group these positive chips into 8 parts. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have positive 6. Okay? Next, here, we have negative 40 divided by negative 8. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Okay, so we have 40 negative chips. We will divide it also. No? Let us group each by 8. Ilang 8 kayo ito? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5. Okay. So we have positive 5 because we divide two same signs. So, okay, remember the rules. So that's why the quotient is positive 5. Okay, do you have any question? Let's move on. Okay, find the quotient of each. Okay, so we have here 6 numbers. Okay, so let's divide it by 1 by 1. 72 divided by 9. Now, we know that 8 times 9 equals 72. Right? Or 9 times 8 equals 72. So that means 72 divided by 9, the missing is 8. So 8 is the quotient. Okay? 42 divided by, or negative 42 divided by negative 7, what do you think is the answer? We know that, what? 7, what number we multiply 7, we get 42. We have 6. 7 times 6 equals 42, right? And 42 divided by 7, we got 6. So the quotient is 6. And it is positive because we're dividing to the same sign. Okay, next, 65. What are we going to do here? 65, or positive 65 divided by negative 5. So we can use this one, no? Most of the learners, no, di alam to. This sign, we call it division sign, no? Okay, divided by 5, no? 6 divided by 5, we get 1. 1 times 5 equals 5. Okay, then subtract 6 minus 5 equals 1. Bring down 5. Okay, 15 divided by 5 equals 3. So the 3 times 5, 15. Then subtract again, 15 minus 15 equals 0. Therefore, our quotient is negative 13. Why? Because we have different signs. So positive divided by negative, the quotient is negative. So we have negative 13 as our quotient. Okay? Question? Here, negative 81 divided by 9. We know that 9 times 9 equals 81. Right? Okay, so since this is negative, therefore the answer is negative 9. So we have unlike signs or different signs. Okay? Next, here. 6. Okay, so what do you think is missing here? Now, all you have to do is you multiply 9 times 6. Okay, 9 times 6. Again, ayusin natin ang pagsulat. Okay, bura-bura. Okay. 9 times 6. What's the answer? Equals 54. So what is missing here? Yeah, missing here is positive 54. Why? 54, 54 or positive 54 divided by negative 9, the product or the quotient is negative 6. Okay? Because if we have, if we are going to divide unlike signs, no, the quotient is negative. Okay. We have here 75 divided by 5. What do you think is missing at the below? 75 divided by blank is equals to 5. So what shall we do? You divide first. Also divide. So since 5 yung quotient, divide it by the quotient. That's the thing, no? 75 divided by 5 is 1. 1 times 5, 5. Okay? 7 minus 5 is equals to 2. Okay, so bring down 5. Okay, 25 divided by 5, the quotient is 5. 5 times 5, okay, again 25. Then 25 minus 25, we got 0. Okay, never use x, always 0. Okay, now, what do you think is the answer here? So, what are we looking for? Okay, we're looking for 15. Okay, is that correct? What is still missing? Remember, our quotient is positive. So, therefore, we need negative 15. Okay? Did you get? Okay. Next. Simplify its expression. Follow the order of operation. Okay? How is it? Okay. So, we have here letter A. Okay? So, 90 minus 10 times 8 plus 32 divided by 8. Okay. Then the second, third. Okay. Remember this. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So, we have P, E, M, D, A, S. Okay. P for parentheses. E for exponent, M for multiplication, D for division, A for addition, S for subtraction. Okay? So, or the PIMDAS. Just remember, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So, that's the PIMDAS. Okay, how are we going to do that? So, it says, kung mayroon tayong nakikitang parentheses, do the parentheses first. Kung may nakikita kang exponent, do the exponent. Then after that, you multiply and then divide and then add and subtract. So, you have to follow the rules, okay? The PIMDAS, or please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay. So, since we have here in letter A, 90 minus 10, so hindi pa natin siya galawin. No? We need to, what? Ano gagawin natin? So, 90 minus 10 cannot be. So, rewrite muna yung 90 minus 10 times 8 equals 80. No? Plus 32 divided by 8. Okay, I think the answer is 4. No? Okay, so and then combine 90 plus 4, that is 94 minus 80. So, kailangan ano kasi, no? Combine mo muna. Minus 80, the answer is 4 minus 0 is 4. 9 minus 8 is 1. So, the answer is 14. Okay, on the second example, okay, so, okay, write muna natin, no? 2 plus, okay? Now, 2 minus 3, that is equal to negative 1, okay? Times 4 times 5. Okay, that is equals to 20. Then, close natin ulit. Okay, then, multiply 7 minus 8. That is negative 1. Okay, next. Let's proceed here. No, just like in a real blackboard, no, sometimes I do that. I have arrows. Okay. So, let's write this. Eliminate na natin 2 plus negative 1. So that means it could be negative. 2 minus 1 equals 1 times 20. Okay, times negative 1. Okay. Then we have 1 times 20 is 20 times negative 1. Therefore, the answer is negative 20. Okay? Okay, next. What about this part here? Okay, letter C, 100. Okay. Wala, nasa na yung printer ko? Nakakatawa na mawala akong pointer. Okay. 100 minus 8 times 3 equals 24, right? 24 plus 16 divided by 2 is 8. Okay? So 100 plus 8, 108. No, minus 24. Okay, paano yan? 8 minus 4 is 4. 10 minus 2 is 8. Oh, so the answer is 84. Question? Okay. One more. Let's have solving problem involving dividing integers. Okay. Okay, so my friend, Alex is a good golf player. Alex played golf at an amusement park. His scores on the first 5 holes were negative 1, positive 1, negative 2, negative 1, and negative 2. What was his mean or the average score for these holes? Okay, now, what are you going to do? Okay, so let's have solutions now. So remember, we're going to get the mean or the average. So this, we have here first 5 holes. So what are you going to do? Well, let's combine. So 1, negative 1, no, plus positive 1, plus negative 2, plus negative 1, plus negative 2. Okay, all over 5. Why? 5 holes eh. So, what are you going to do? Okay. Pansin nyo to, pag inano yan, 0, so i-cancel na lang natin. And then, here, natira puro negative. So, negative 5, tama ba? Tama, negative 5, because negative 2 plus negative 2, negative 4, plus negative 1, negative 5. Over 5. So, negative 5 divided by 5 is negative 1. Therefore, Alex mean score, no, for that tournament or the goal niya, no, sa golf niya is negative 1. Panalo ba siya o talo? No? What do you think? Okay. Don't forget to, number 1, subscribe. 2, like. Okay, share. And subscribe. Ring the bell button. 3, like. Please leave a comment to your questions. Just write it down. But don't forget to subscribe. 4, subscribe because we have an advocacy. Please help my advocacy. Okay, for your questions, write it at the comment section.